Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Thursday evening, the show where we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master. Let's get into the news making headlines tonight. The Swakopmund municipality announced the contract extension of its current CEO, Alpheus Benjamin, today at the municipal chambers. The contract that was initially signed on the 1st of December 2018 has now been extended to another 5 years. The choice to renew his contract was made in large part due to his outstanding leadership, steadfast devotion and deep passion for the community. Precious Ngituanapo reports.
I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the Council of Swakopmund for considering my extended appointment at this esteemed position and at this leading local authority. I am humbled, Your Worship, by the trust that you individually and collectively, and indeed the community of Swakopmund, have placed in me. I pledge to uphold the high standards of excellence and integrity associated with this role. I equally appreciate the support and the guidance that the Council and its members have provided throughout my current term of office. And I'm looking forward to a productive and mutually beneficial tenure as Chief Executive Officer for the following 5 years. I'm committed in leading the organization with vision, dedication and collaborative approach. I will work closely with Council, my colleagues in the executive team, my fellow employees and stakeholders and other regulatory bodies to achieve the goals we have set and maintain compliance with Regulatory Act and create value for all. I'm eager to leverage my skills and experience and expertise to steer the municipality of Swakopmund toward greater achievements, innovation and operational excellence. I'm confident that we can together overcome challenges and seize opportunities to propel the organization and Swakopmund to new heights. It is important to note at this juncture that we have achieved significant milestones that will serve as launchpads for future sustainable development. We have established clarity about the future of Swakopmund municipality and the town Swakopmund through finalizing key strategic processes. We have put up a structure plan, a 20-year broad-based structural development plan for Swakopmund that establishes key development principles, define the land use rights of all portions of land within Swakopmund's town boundaries, and also establishes 5 key development pillars on which Swakopmund's long-term development can be based.
Employees of the roads contractor company demonstrated in front of the company's offices and are demanding the removal of the acting CEO, Maria Nakale, and appointment letters in lieu of temporary 4-month contracts often given to employees. The employees in a petition to company CEO Maria Nakale are demanding the reinstatement of leave days, which they say were shortened without their consultation. Employees also accuse the company's CEO of jeopardizing projects the company has been awarded, which they're not starting on time. Let's have a look.
And demand for the board to attend to the following unfair labor practices that has been perpetuated by the interim CEO. Employees of RCC are being frustrated, intimidated and threatened by the interim CEO, who only focuses on people by creating a toxic, non-productive working environment. This is evident as all awarded bailouts projects are struggling, not started or behind schedule. Number 1, accrued leave days. The company has unilaterally reduced the employees' leave days to 12 without any negotiations with the union and the employees, thereby violating Section 23 of the Labour Act 2007, Act number 11. We demand that the company engages its employees through their union and must comply with relevant provisions of the Labour Act. Further, the company should pay out all outstanding leave days to the current and former employees who have been affected by these changes upon retirement or resignations, and that accrued leave days be reinstated.
Ingrid Hasselman from the Office of the Ombudsman this morning spoke about the national advocacy strategies in response to threats faced by women journalists. She was speaking at a workshop on human rights and digital security hosted by the Women in Media organization in partnership with the United Nations.
Because we don't have another piece of legislation that deals with harassment generally, we have, together with Legal Assistance Centre, been advocating that rather these provisions must not be in the cybercrime bill, but rather in the combating of harassment bill. Next slide, please. So there is a draft bill, the combating of harassment bill, and what it seeks to do is to address both online and offline or virtual or real-life harassment, all in one piece of legislation. So what we have then proposed is that certain of these offences that's already in the cybercrime bill will then be put into the harassment bill, which will include things like intimate image abuse, trolling, and the stuff that we've been talking about for the past 2 days, doxing and the sharing of deepfake images, and all of that will then be covered in the harassment bill. I'm not sure where this is going to end up, because these things, they are so intertwined sometimes, because if you think about harassment and the definition that is there for harassment, it is like a sequence of events, like somebody will be messaging you, but then the person will also be trolling you and physically stalking you at the same time, because it's like a process that keeps on going. So if you want to go and stop this offending behavior and you use a piece of legislation, then essentially all of it should be in one piece of legislation.
Emma Theophilus, Deputy Minister of Information and Communications, has urged local commercial banks and the private sector to support the local film industry. The minister delivered the keynote at the launch of the MultiChoice Namibia and NBC Mukarab film project that gave life to 13 locally produced short films.
The Film Commission, which resorts under the Ministry of ICT, for providing strategic direction to the industry. And of course the challenges are there, and especially when it comes to midterm reviews, to the budgeting time, the conversations are the same. How do we ensure the industry survives? How do we ensure the industry is able to leapfrog even higher? How do we ensure that we have the necessary talents being honed in-house and not them being poached elsewhere? So I must commend the team at the Namibia Film Commission for continuously walking us through the steps they're taking to ensure the industry remains afloat. While working with limited resources, this commission have made significant strides, and it is our hope that they'll be empowered to do even more in the future. Collaboration, as I said earlier, remains the key, and we envision a future where the partnership between MultiChoice and NBC grows stronger, inspiring others to join our cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to reiterate our heartfelt appreciation to MultiChoice Namibia for their generous support and commitment to nurturing the talent within our borders. Project Mukarab is just the beginning of an exciting journey, and we are confident that it will pave the way for a flourishing film industry in Namibia. Let us unite, collaborate, and continue to strive for excellence as we embark on this remarkable journey together. I also just wanted to add that as the conversations are constantly happening around the creative industry, which we all know is a multi-trillion-dollar USD economy globally, technology can reform the creative economy by combating, of course, unemployment, combining the opportunities on digital platforms for content creators, and oust the outdated models of filmmaking, but more especially the gatekeepers, and that who set the narratives about the stories of Namibia. I can't tell you the amount of conversations I would have with people in country, outside of the country, online platforms through meetings about Namibia and
Save My Ship, a Namibian reality TV show starring 10 dynamic Namibian personalities, had an exclusive premiere at the Loft yesterday evening. The show, executive produced by content producer Julia Kadikwa, is set to air on Diamond TV, DSTV channel 271, starting Wednesday, the 4th of October.
My name is Julia Boss Lady Kadikwa, and I'm the executive producer of the reality show that's premiering right now here at the Loft. We are live. And the first episodes will be airing from the 4th of October every Wednesday on Diamond TV channel 271 and GoTV channel 20. Tune in. If you have missed the premiere, we got you next month. You better pay your DSTV honey, because we're bringing you the hot singers of Namibia.
Hello everyone, it's Puku from Save My Ship. We're so super excited. We just got here. As you guys can see, the setup is looking amazing. I'm so excited and I'm so nervous to watch the first episode, but we are very much in high spirits.
Businesswoman Esa Shilimela launched the Vinpa SC Knockout Cup on Wednesday in Ongwediva to motivate and encourage mental health and fitness, especially amongst the youth. The cup is slated to take place on the 15th to 17th of September 2023 at the Mweshipandeka Sports Stadium in Ongwediva, as well as the Jose Eduardo dos Santos campus, depending on the registered team. Tiemo Haidula reports.
First ever official launch of the Vinpa SC Knockout Cup, scheduled to take place on the 15th to 17th September 2023 at Mweshipandeka Sports Stadium. And if we have more teams, we'll use 2 sport fields. One would be JED in Ongwediva at Jose Eduardo Engineering Campus. I would like to say this comes from my heart, with the aim to motivate and encourage mental health and fitness in our communities, especially the youth. The Queen Mother, as I call myself, would like to hold hands with you during a time such as this, where mental health is threatened, and there's no doubt that participation in sport helps generate a variety of profound positive impacts on socio-economic health benefits on the youth and its society, essentially helping with mental health. This year's cup will only accommodate male soccer and will make room for female soccer and netball as from next year, 2024. The long-term goal is to see this initiative grow nationally and turn into a professional soccer cup or league. I believe this initiative creates opportunity for all soccer teams, players, referees, and small medium enterprises to participate in this tournament. Entrance will be for free. Thus, I would love to use this opportunity to invite all soccer teams to register and to participate, and business to come and exhibit. Those that are willing to sponsor with anything to this great initiative, may they please come on board. We will appreciate it so much.
That brings us to the end of our top stories, but stick around after the break. We get into our story of the day.
Neopaints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neopaints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neopaints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Let's get into our story of the day. This morning, the city of Windhoek signed 16 memorandums of understanding with local authorities across the country, 12 renewed and 4 new partnerships with Ruakana, Tsandi, Okahanja and Okahau local authorities. During the event, Windhoek Mayor Joseph Wapingene said the signing highlights a continuation of a partnership between Windhoek and other local authorities. Let's have a look.
Understanding between the city of Windhoek and our city local authorities. Our sisters local authority, my apology. We are delighted to also have in our midst the Honorable Erastus Sutoni, Minister of Urban and Rural Development, and a keynote speaker for today's event. I also extend warm greetings and welcome to all the mayors, councillors, and senior officials from various sister local authorities. It is indeed an honor to host you after such long journeys, and I am pleased for your safe arrival in Windhoek. Today's event signifies an important milestone in our commitment to foster inter-municipal cooperation and collaboration among Namibia's local authorities. We recognize the importance of intergovernmental relation and interconnection, connectivity and solidarity among our cities, towns and villages. It is a moment of celebrate the spirit of unity and partnership that defines the aspiration of our great nation. In addition, the signing of these MOUs symbolizes the continuation of a journey where Windhoek, as the capital city, plays a pivotal role in supporting and empowering fellow local authorities and learning from them. We firmly believe that by joining forces, sharing knowledges, and pooling resources, we can jointly address our challenges and seize opportunities to find a long-term solution.
We bring you our Community Talk segment right after this. The African Councillors Social Development Association, a non-profit organization, hosted its first graduation ceremony for about 80 graduates of the Walvis Bay community. The occasion was officiated by the Minister of Gender, Equality, Poverty Eradication and Social Welfare, Doreen Sioka. According to Sioka, the occasion recognizes the incredible efforts made by the young residents who gained the necessary skills that will help safeguard their communities from future disasters.
To commemorate a significant moment in the lives of communities that has endured to so much. On Sunday, the 26th of July 2020, a significant part of the Otweya settlement suffered tremendous loss when a fire destroyed homes and the personal belongings of hundreds of residents. To make matters worse, this happened at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has devastating social-economic effect in our country. If I may pause here, colleagues, I'm a member of cabinet. So this is the same time when the fire destroyed this area, especially 2020. This gathering is a testimony to the community strength and determination to support one another during the most challenging or difficult times.
In economic news this evening, Andrada Mining Limited, which operates the Ois Tin mine in Irongo, expects to receive funding of $100 million from the Development Bank of Namibia this week. The money will be used to fast-track the second phase of the Continuous Improvement Project, C12, at the Ois mine, Andrada said in an announcement on the stock exchange. The proceeds will be used to implement the improvements at Ois mine, which will enhance the plant's productivity and output. Let's have a look.
Hi, I'm Anthony Fullion, CEO of Andrada Mining We're a Namibian listed company. We've successfully developing critical minerals for the just energy transition. We've restarted the old East Tin Mine that is now a flagship operation, and we are here at the Mining Expo, run as always very well by the Chamber of Mines, and we're here to promote ourselves and promote the story of Namibia. We heard great news this morning from the ministry, the Honourable Tom Malwindo, encouraging investment, encouraging a collaborative approach, and making sure that Namibians benefit from processed material. And that's exactly what we at Andrada do. We're driving high value exports of processed Namibian material for the just energy transition.
Let's take a look at the economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades at 23.88 to the British pound, at 20.51 to the euro, 19.17 to the US dollar, and 2 Namibian dollars and 61 cents buys you 1 Chinese yuan. Looking at commodities, most commodities are down save for gold, which took an upturn of 0.09%, now trading at $1,918.89 US dollars per ounce. We now get into our international news. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called on the Myanmar junta to release political prisoners during his opening remarks at a summit with Southeast Asian leaders in Indonesia earlier today. Guterres said he remained deeply concerned over the worsening political, humanitarian and human rights situation in Myanmar, a nation besieged by war since the 2021 military coup. Addressing a news conference, Guterres also raised concerns that the world risks a great fracture of its economic and financial systems in a wide-ranging speech that touched on geopolitical tension, multilateral development, finance and climate change. Guterres called on world leaders to find peaceful and inclusive solutions to the challenges facing the world.
Today, tensions remain high, from the Korean Peninsula to the South China Sea. I'm grateful to ASEAN member states for your pursuit of dialogue and peaceful dispute resolution rooted in the respect for international law, including the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Your Majesty, Excellencies, since we gathered last year, the situation in Myanmar has further deteriorated. Brutal violence, worsening poverty, and systematic repression are crushing hopes for a return to democracy. The conflict is exacerbating existing inequalities and vulnerabilities faced by women and girls, and my call to the military authorities of Myanmar is clear. Free all detained leaders and political prisoners, open the door towards the full restoration of democratic rule.
There is a real risk of fragmentation, of a great fracture in world economic and financial systems, with diverging strategies on technology and artificial intelligence and conflicting security frameworks. I commend ASEAN and ASEAN member states for their vital role in building bridges of understanding.
In our next story, NATO does not have any indication that drone debris found in Romanian territory was caused by a deliberate Russian attack on Romania, Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said earlier today. Ukraine had said on Monday that drones detonated in Romania during an overnight Russian airstrike on a Ukrainian port across the Danube River. Romanian officials initially denied the Ukrainian allegations but changed course on Wednesday, September the 6th, with Defense Minister Angel Tilva saying that parts of what could be a Russian drone fell on Romanian soil.
The Romanian authorities have confirmed and informed NATO about that debris from a potential possible drone have been found near the border with Ukraine. They informed NATO allies in a regular meeting yesterday about all their findings, and the investigation is going on, and it demonstrates the risk of incidents and accidents. We don't have any information indicating any intentional attack by Russia, and we are awaiting the outcome of the ongoing investigation. Regardless of that outcome, what we have seen, of course, is a lot of fighting and also air attacks close to NATO borders. and we also had other incidents in Poland and elsewhere. And therefore, we have increased our vigilance. We are closely monitoring what's going on close to our borders, and we have also increased our presence in the eastern part of the alliance. No one ever said that this was going to be easy, the offensive. It was clearly stated this was going to be a bloody, difficult and hard offensive. Because what we have seen is, of course, that the Russians have prepared defensive lines, layers of defensive lines, with trenches, with obstacles to battle tanks, dragon teeth, and mines, enormous amounts of mines. Hardly any time in history we have seen more mines on the battlefield than we see in Ukraine today.
You're watching Sunset News, and we now get into the highlights from today's broadcast. The Swakopmund municipality announced a contract extension of its current CEO, Alpheus Benjamin, today at the municipal chambers. The contract that was initially signed on the 1st of December 2018 has now been extended to another 5 years. Employees of the roads contractor company demonstrated in front of the company's offices and are demanding the removal of the acting CEO, Maria Nakale, and appointment letters in lieu of temporary 4-month contracts often given to employees. Emma Theophilus, Deputy Minister of Information and Communications, has urged local commercial banks and the